Okay, great. I just like to record these classes. I sometimes like post them online as an information that you're the edge. Okay, cool. We're gonna get started. Go ahead and place some blocks under your heels. You're hearing me out wide, so place some blocks so the outer edges of the blocks are in line with the mat. Kind of inside the mat though. Yeah. And just place your heels in the blocks and go ahead and move down. Just a little lengthening in the sacrum and the back of the legs to start off with. And if you want, once you get there, you can kind of like lift your butt from the floor and like lengthen your shoulders with your feet. So the flesh of your butt is pulling away from your head and kind of helping you facilitate that length. And then drop it down. Let it off yours. So just set up the body in a certain place and then, okay, let it do the work for you. And a lot of what we do in this practice, right? We put ourselves in a position, we practice putting ourselves in a position mindfully with a certain intention, and then we settle into it and we sit in it and we kind of notice what's happening naturally with it, and then we go from there. So we find this beautiful balance between allowing, but also being active, being proactive. And making changes and being receptive to the need to make changes. And then go ahead and pay attention to your breath and tap into your Ujjayi breath. So the air is coming in and out of the nose, grazing past the back of the throat. And I want you to just observe your Ujjayi breath, the nature of it. Don't change it quite yet. Kind of want to keep going on the track that we started with. Commit to it. And so Ujjayi breath translates to victorious breath. If you guys are yoga practitioners, you know that right. And so what we're victorious over is yoga's chitta vritti nirodha. That's the first line in the Yoga Sutras. Yoga is the cessation of, or the slowing down of the thoughts of the mind, the chitter chatter. That's what we're victorious of, the chitter chatter of the mind. How? By breathing, focusing on the breath. So we create this victorious breath, which is a whispering breath. It's not an over-exaggerated breath, it's just a whisper, something for you. Not something to be displayed, but something to know that's there. And we create something that's just like very subtle, but there and real. Listen to your breath and notice what happens in these moments of stillness, where it feels almost empty, where it feels like maybe there's something that needs filling. And then allow yourself to sit with that and find the fullness where you already are, rather than needing to move somewhere else in order to feel that. Right? Like we're really good about like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. I need to add this, I need that, I need to stop doing that. But what about with this as it is, right? How is this full? So again, getting away from the chitter chatter and getting into presence. Now obviously there are useful moments for reflection and useful times to reflect, but in other times, not. I want to do so mindfully. And then go ahead and release the feet from the blocks, just inside the blocks, so the feet come a little bit closer together and reach the arms up and back overhead. Pull the right knee into the chest, and quite immediately you're going to twist over to the right. Try dropping the left knee over to the right. Yeah, all the way to the floor. Pardon me, did I speak wrong already? Twist to your left. Right leg's up. We're a great start tonight. And then I want you to go ahead and open your arms wide like a T. Turn your palms up to the sky. Press down into your left elbow. Lift your left shoulder and scooch it out to the left so that you feel your chest kind of opening a little bit deeper. We're going to do something kind of funky here. It's going to be a little bit of rolling around. I want you to reach your right hand down towards your butt, for lack of a better description. And so your right hand's kind of like pulling away from you, and pull your right shoulder away from your right ear. Bring your fingertips to the ground like spider fingers. Okay? And then you're going to reach that right hand upwards so it comes in line with your right shoulder, sliding against the floor, and then turn your palm up to the sky and continue to reach your right hand up alongside your right ear, and then roll onto your left shoulder and reach your right hand on top of your left hand. Yeah, just rotating the chest. You're completely drawing a half circle. So forget everything you've ever known about yoga for the most part, and just think about the fact that we're doing really funky movements. It's kind of like twister. And then go ahead and reach that right hand back over the right ear. Begin to open up the right shoulder again. And then the right hand comes back in line with the right shoulder, just drawing this big, like 3/4 of a circle, right? And bring the right hand all the way back down by your butt. So we're just going to be twisting and rotating the chest. So inhale, reach the right arm out to the side in line with the right shoulder. Up towards the back of the room, right arm in line with the right ear, and then wrap the chest closed and reach the right hand over the left hand. Good, 2 more like that. Inhale, open it up. Yeah, and then go ahead and close it. And you can go ahead and move through this at your own pace in your own time. But just feel yourself opening, rotating the chest open, and closing it off. Finding the twist, and then neutralizing the spine, and just breathe. And imagine almost like if you close your eyes, it would be like almost like a motion, like as if you were waking up and you're kind of just rolling around in bed, right? And then go ahead and open it back up one more time. We'll all meet in that twist that we're used to. Right arm in line with the right shoulder, no rush. And then go ahead and come back through center. Pull the right knee in towards the right armpit. Grab the hands around the right shin. And flex the left foot intensely with this right knee pulling towards the right armpit. Wrap the outer right hip down to the floor. Let the head relax. And I want you to really focus on opening up through the hip socket and wrapping the outer right hip down and plugging the left finger bone up and into the hip socket. And then go ahead and release that right leg up to the sky. Pause, flex the right foot. Hover and lift the left foot like 2 inches off of the floor. And then go ahead and lift the head towards the sky. Reach the hands up towards the sky. And breathe. Breathe. And then go ahead and reach the arms up and back. Keep the legs as they are. And then go ahead and switch legs. Drop the right foot down to the floor. Bend in the left knee and twist over to your right. Reach the arms out to a T and then reach the left arm in line with your butt. So reach that left arm down, so it's reaching towards the front of the room now, towards me. And then bring your fingertips to the floor like spider fingers and slide your spider fingers along the floor as you reach the left arm in line with the left shoulder. And then flip the palm upwards and reach the left arm in line with the upper ear. And then close off through the left shoulder, wrap the left shoulder on top of the right, reach the left hand on top of the right hand. And then go ahead and reach that left arm up towards the sky, over the left ear, and open, and then towards the butt, yeah. And then go ahead and continue to draw those 3/4 circles, just feeling your chest opening and closing, neutralizing the spine, and then we open the chest, and we twist the spine. And close your eyes and breathe in and out deep. And again, imagine like you're in bed and you're just sort of rolling around on the floor. So like, let it become a little bit natural, right? Like, okay, I'm just opening up, right? And not too much pressure on the need to do something a certain way, but simply just finding a movement and then making it our own. Breathing in and breathing out. Staying in touch with that whispering breath. Just a couple more times. Just count it about 2 more times. Feel the connection of the shoulder blade in the socket, and the shoulder blade to the back, and the upper arm bone to the shoulder socket. We'll meet in your twist whenever you're ready, one that we're familiar with. And then go ahead and roll onto your back and pull your left knee into your left armpit. This diagonal angle that's moving outward in the left femur bone. And think about leveling out the hips. So wrap that outer left hip down and plug the right femur bone into the socket. Flex the right foot, create a nice strong right leg. So almost like if you were balancing, you have this standing leg, right? Beautiful adjustment, Mike. Saw that. So yeah, we want to lengthen through that left side body. Just a couple more breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. And then go ahead and release the left leg to the sky. Flex the right foot, hover and lift the right foot a couple inches off the floor, and then reach the hands towards the left foot. Lift the forehead towards the sky. Breathe here. Find peace, but also find activation. Hug the lower ribs down towards the floor, and the frontal hip bones also wrap down towards the floor. So you feel everything, if you drew a big circle on your stomach that connected the top hip bones and the lower ribs, everything from there, from that outer edge of the circle is pulling in towards your belly button. Good, and then go ahead and release the head down, bring the right leg up to the sky now. Roll out your ankles. One direction and then the other. We're just going to do a little bit more spinal movement. So go ahead and lower the feet back down to the ground. You can slide the feet back wide and push the blocks out of the way. And then you're going to reach both arms up and back overhead. Okay, bring your left hand outward slightly and drop the palm of the hand to the floor or your spider fingers so you can get support from that left hand eventually. And then you're going to go ahead and bring your right hand to your left pec. Okay? And then go ahead and lift your chin up and gaze down your body, gaze down your body, and then reach your right hand towards your left hip. Okay? And then you're going to begin to press into your left hand and reach your right hand towards your left knee. And then if you can, all the way towards your left foot, right? And so if you want, you can bend in that left knee a little bit for this first time. Okay, and then begin to rotate and gaze over your left shoulder. So the point is to try to get a straight spine here. So if you can't get a straight spine, just bend in that left knee so you can really pull the chest forward. And then go ahead and reach that left arm back behind you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest forward and up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, and then go ahead and reach that left arm back down to the floor. Release the right hand from that left foot and slide that right hand down the left side of the body. Lean back, open up, reach the right arm up and back. Now same thing, other side. Bring the palm of the right hand to the floor and reach the left hand towards the right pec. That right arm is going to come outward a little bit more. Remember, just a little bit, not too much. And then go ahead and gaze down the front of your body, lifting the head, feeling the core begin to activate, and then reach the left hand towards the right hip. And then go ahead and press into the right hand. Begin to come on up, slide the right hand down the right, left hand down the right side body. Grab the outer edge of the left foot and bend in the right knee if you need to. Pardon me, the right foot. Flex the left foot, roll the right shoulder back, gaze over the right shoulder, reach back with your right arm. And remember, prioritize the spine being straight. Okay, so we find this humility, especially at the beginning of our practice, as we're just being gentle with ourselves. Open the chest, bring that right foot outward a little more, Mike, that'll help you. Yeah. Now bring the right knee inward. Yes. Breathe in and breathe out. And then go ahead and drop the right hand to the floor. Slide the left hand down the right side body. Kick that right leg long and begin to roll all the way back. And open it up. Reach the left arm long. Good. A little bit faster. Bring the right hand to the left pec. Slide the right hand down the left side body. Gently roll up. Reach the right hand for the outer edge of the left foot. This time bend both knees. And then reach that left arm up and back. Gaze towards the left arm. Reach the left arm up to the sky. Gaze towards the left hand. Gaze stays with the left hand. Reach that left hand forward and outside the right foot now. Crossing the arms and let yourself relax over the elbows, over the knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try to stabilize and lengthen the breath. Breathe in. Let the effort towards the breath affect the effort towards the body. Breathe out. Now we're going to go ahead and switch. Reach the right arm up towards the sky, all the way up and back. Good. And then reach the right arm down, straighten the legs, slide back, left hand down the right side body. Reach the left arm up and back. And then we're just going to continue with that left arm back to the right pec, switching sides, switching directions. Reach the left arm down the right side body. Round and roll up, bend in both knees, grab the outer edge of the right foot, reach the right arm all the way up towards the sky, keeping the gaze with the right hand reaches outside the left foot, eventually beautiful forward fold. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, straighten the legs more if you need to, right? Breathe out. So eventually, if you're like super flexible, you don't even need to bend the knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. And then go ahead and reach the left arm forward and up and back, finding like a twist. Drop the left hand down, release the right hand from the left foot. Yeah, and then you go ahead and slide all the way down. And then one more time, just like that, without the pause. Right hand to left pec, slide the right hand down the left side body. Reaching up, bend in the knees if you need to. Reach the left arm back, up and forward. Cross the hands, reach the right arm forward, up and back. Drop the right hand down, release the feet. Straighten the legs as you slide back. Inhale, left arm up and back. Left hand to right pec, last time, slide up. Round spine, yeah, bend in the knees, reach the right arm up. Reach the right arm forward, left arm forward, up, back, and then roll it all the way down. And then go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. And take any rocking motions you'd like to take. If anyone wants to take a happy baby here, actually, we can all go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and get kind of right into it. I want you to grab the back of your thighs and begin to roll forward and back on your spine. Last kind of slow, weird thing, I want you to roll towards the front right corner of your mat. So you feel yourself kind of massaging like just to the right side of your spine. You feel that, like that fleshy part on the back. And then go ahead and move towards the left corner of the mat. So just kind of like getting to the side parts of the spine, right? We put so much direct pressure on the vertebra of the spine, which is the bony part, but we actually want to like massage out the fleshy part. And then we'll come on up straight, find a boat pose. Bring your hands outside your knees and press into them. Yeah. Roll the shoulders back, but round through the lower spine. So you're finding like cat pose in your belly and then cow pose in your chest. So your shoulders are opening, but your belly is rounding. See if you can straighten the legs. Good, and then go ahead and lower the feet down. Reach the hands towards the hip bones and press up into a reverse tabletop. We'll hold here for 10 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you need it to be a little easier, you can bring your hands outward. Or fingertips back behind you, so adjust the direction of the fingertips as necessary. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice stable breath in your reverse tabletop. Think about actually tuck the chin towards the sternum for this last few breaths. So you're gazing down your body and notice how it actually activates your core a little bit more and try to create this connection again between your frontal hip bones and your lower ribs. You'll hear me talking a lot about that because we want our torso to be integrated. We want our belly to be connected to our chest, our core to be connected to our hearts, the core of who we are to be connected to our hearts. And then go ahead and lower the hips down. Bring the feet wide. It's going to be a little awkward. Go ahead and just crawl forward right into a forward fold. And immediately I want you to think about rocking forward and back using the feet. So connect your palms to the mat. If you need to use the blocks, that's totally cool. And just really think about the connection of the feet to the ground. We've been laying down on our back a lot, so I want you to feel the ground with your feet and massage out the soles of your feet. If you look at me, by coming up to your tippy toes and leaning back on your heels and pressing down with the pads of the toes, right? Okay, rolling around on the feet and really connecting the feet to the ground, like making the feet feel the ground, right? And then notice what just that does. Keep your knees as bent as possible. That will support the release of the lower spine. And actively wrap that lower core in between the hip bones back towards the back body. Okay, so you can feel this active rounding of that lower spine because that lower spine is going to round no matter what. So we might as well put some strength and energy into it so we can get good stuff out of it, right? And then go ahead and bend deep into the knees. Bring the blocks under the hands, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest like a cobra spine with chair pose legs. Yeah, and you can even bring the blocks a little higher if you'd like. But really let the shoulders sink into the sockets, pinch the shoulder blades together. And then go ahead here and reach the arms back, kind of like an airplane, right? And then let this fueling of the arms back pull the chest forward as you reach up with the back bend. Reach the arms up and back in line with the ears. Bring the hands directly over your head. Okay, so your hands are directly over your feet, but your chest is lifting up towards your palms. So this is the type of when we reach up and when we do our sun A's. I want the chest lifting, but your lower ribs are still connecting to your hip bones. So don't let the ribs disconnect because the chest lifts. We don't want to disconnect in order to open our hearts. That doesn't mean much. And then go ahead and forward fold, bend deep into the knees. Again, keep that chest pulling forward. Reach the arms back, pass through where we came from in that position. So when we forward fold, I want you to practice finding this. And then fold and cascade over your legs, right? Bring the blocks to the lowest height. Step that left leg back. Drop the left knee down and hover it. Don't let it drop all the way. Reach the arms forward and up. Find a variation of a low lunge. Yeah. Now really press into that right heel to lift out of the pelvis. So you really feel your legs supporting you. Bring the left heel over the ball of the left foot rather than reaching it too far back. And then go ahead and reach the hands down to the blocks, three-legged dog. Take that right leg up and back to a scorpion actually. Stack the right knee on top of the left hip. Wrap the outer right armpit down. And then go ahead and wrap that outer right hip down. Keep a 90-degree bend in the right knee. Square off the hips. So it's like a three-legged dog with a bent right knee. And then go ahead and stack that right hip again, finding your scorpion dog. Wrap that hip open. It's the same like we were doing before, rotating, but now in the lower body. This is a twist as well, right? Wrap that outer right hip down. And then wrap that outer right hip open. 2 more. Wrap that outer right hip down. Wrap the outer right hip open, stack it. Yeah, wrap it down. And then go ahead and shift forward to a three-legged plank. Inhale. Breathe in and breathe out. And then go ahead and bend in the elbows, find a chaturanga. Back to plank, three-legged or regular. Drop the right toes down and then lower the hips. Find your up dog with toes tucked. Keep the heels over the ball of the feet, but you're reaching back with them. It's like this funky stretch in the feet. Micro bend in the elbows to really open the chest. Beautiful. Exhale, down dog. So try to get those shoulders out of the ears when you find that up dog. We want to find space, right? Go ahead and lift the left leg up and back, three-legged dog, and then bend the left knee immediately. Find that scorpion dog. Keep that outer left hip wrapping, the outer left shoulder wrapping down. Bend in the elbows a little bit, so your crown of the head can relax to the space in between your hands and you feel space in your neck. Wrap the outer left hip down, square off that left hip. It's like a three-legged dog with a 90-degree bend in the left knee. And then go ahead and stack the left hip on top of the right. Open the hips, rotate, and then go ahead and wrap that outer left hip down. Exhale. Inhale, open it up. Bend in the right knee a little more. If you need a little more give. Exhale, wrap it down. One more. Inhale, open it up. And then you're just going to go ahead and step that left foot forward in between the blocks. Bend in the right knee, hover it. Don't drop it all the way down, and then reach the arms forward and up. So feel yourself really pressing into the legs. Press into your left heel to lift your pelvis. You feel these like hip and leg muscles wrapping underneath you and helping you pull upwards. Yeah, you feel that? And then as you exhale, with that muscular engagement, you may sink into it a couple millimeters, right? And as you keep breathing, you sink into it, right? We find this level of support first, and then we settle into our support rather than just like settling, right? We want to locate the support first. And then go ahead and reach the hands down and step the right foot forward, forward fold. Bend in the knees on the inhale, find that cobra spine, reach the arms back, lift the chest and the heart, and then continue to sweep the arms out to the side, connect the palms. Yeah, point the tailbone down, you feel that? And then go ahead, same thing, reach the arms out to the side, lean forward, go back where you came from, that bent knee, open chest, good, then collapse over the knees. A little bit more speed, inhale, halfway lift. Pull the shoulders into the sockets, long neck, gaze down. Don't crank the neck. Exhale, forward fold. Strong suggestion. Step the right leg back, right knee hovers. Reach the arms forward and up. Press into the feet to lift away from the floor. Exhale, hands down. Scorpion dog, left leg up and back. Right into our three-legged dog. Inhale forward, three-legged dog, straighten the left leg. Pardon me, three-legged plank. My apologies. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, three-legged plank up. Lower the left toes. Inhale. Bend the elbows as you find this up dog. Keep the gaze forward. Don't overstretch the neck. I want you to practice pulling the face into the back of the skull rather than gazing up towards the sky. I know it's a weird cue. Down dog. Right, so feel that face pulling back. Did you feel the space in the back of your neck when that happened? It happens for me. So bend your knees a little more. Relax your shoulders a little more. Bend your pelvis. Wrap this outward. Yeah, feel that? Let your chest pull forward. Roll the shoulders back. Yeah, feel that? Good. All right, go ahead and lift your right leg up and back, scorpion dog. Step that right foot forward in between the blocks, left knee down. Inhale, reach up, press into the floor, feel the length from the feet to the fingertips. Exhale, down with the hands, step the left foot forward, exhale. Inhale, bend in the knees, reach the hands back, arch the spine like a cobra. And then continue to reach the arms open. And all the way up with the tailbone down and palms connect. Exhale right into your forward fold. You can open the arms back up, pardon me. Chair pose with the legs, chest opening. Yeah, we're just sticking with this. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time each side. Left leg back, left knee down. Inhale, this low lunge position. Exhale down to scorpion dog. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, optional chaturanga or stay. Shoulders stay above the elbows. Inhale, three-legged plank. Lower the right toes down and lower the hips down. Up dog. Bend in the elbows, squeeze the ribcage with the elbows. Exhale, down dog. Scorpion dog, left leg up and back. Keep the toes flexed if you like. Step the left foot forward, right knee hovers. Inhale, rise up. Hug the belly into the spine. Exhale, fold, forward fold. Inhale, bend knees, open chest, arms back. And then bring it all the way up. See how long you can continue the inhale forward. Trying to lengthen the breath, right? Exhale, arms out to the side, lean forward. Back bend. And then bring it down. Right leg back, right knee hovers. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, reach the hands forward and down. Step the left foot to the scorpion dog. Inhale, three-legged plank. Hold or chaturanga. Lift back up. Yeah, inhale, three up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg up and back, scorpion. Right foot steps forward, left knee hovers, reach up. Hands down, exhale, folding. Inhale, chest lifts, reach the arms back, lift the heart. Yeah, and then go ahead and reach the arms up. Hands to heart center. Good, let's go ahead and take a tree pose. So go ahead and bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Yeah, and if you want to bring it lower, you can. What I want you to think about with that left knee is I want you to think about your left knee reaching down rather than out. So I want you to feel almost like as if there's a side stretch. This left knee is wrapping down. So bring your left hand to your left thigh. Bring the top of your hand to the top of your thigh so your palms facing up. And then reach your right arm up. And then I want you to engage your core. Reach down through your left knee as you push the rib cage to the right and find a side stretch here. And so you're holding your pelvis completely in place and you're literally just side stretching through the upper body. And so it really, really, really requires you to use your core and again, connect the upper torso and the lower torso rather than isolating, because when we take side stretches, what we tend to do is back bend. And then we pinch the vertebra or the cartilage in between the vertebra and the lumbar spine. And then go ahead and reach it down and out to the side. Good, and you have a couple different options here. You can just forward fold and tree. Okay, you can slide the left ankle in front of the right and forward fold. Or if you want to go super advanced, you can come into a half Padmasana, half lotus, and find a bind or not, and find a forward fold. but ultimately we're finding some kind of hip opening, forward folding thigh. Unfortunately for you guys, I've had this like huge pet peeve with yoga teachers. Where like, why does everyone just make you move and then stop you and put you in child's pose for like a minute and a half? Like, there are so many poses that are like opening and still keep us in our practice and still keep us exercising our breath and our mind, right? But we don't have to be in child's pose, you know what I mean? Like, there's a way where like we can continue to move towards what we're doing without needing to like completely stop, right? And doesn't that go into like life too, right? It's like we don't need to like go, and then completely stop. We can go, and then like pull it back a lot, but still keep on our path, right? All right, go ahead and come on up. It's over. Uncross the ankles. And just feel your body, keep it sacred though. Close the eyes. Maybe even like wiggle the fingers and like play with the lips, right? The muscles in the face, or scrunch the toes. Just feel yourself, like stay with that. Okay, we're like cultivating this intimate relationship with our bodies. Very cool opportunity. And then we'll go ahead and switch sides. So bring your right foot to the inside of your left leg, wherever you need, finding that tree pose. And yeah, so usually even I would cue pulling outward in the right knee, but I want you to think about pulling downward. And notice, like, is there maybe something that you feel when you really bring awareness to that downward motion of the right knee? And bring your right hand to your right thigh. And then bring the top of your right hand to the top of your right thigh, so your palms facing upward, and then reach the left arm in line with the left ear. Engage your core, especially lower core, and then push the rib cage to the left and begin to find this side stretch. So you're making like a half moon motion. And as you press the top of the right hand into the top of the right thigh, that right knee pulls down, and then your left rib cage is pulling to the right, but your right knee is pulling down as maybe as the right. So find this connection between your right knee and your left armpit almost, right? They're stretching away from each other. Like that's like the line that we're really focusing on in the body. And then go ahead and come back through center. And whichever variation of your forward fold you did last time, you can forward fold with your tree pose. Okay, you can forward fold and cross the right ankle over the left. Or you can find your half Padmasana, half lotus, and Ashtanga pose. And reach the right hand around the back body for the right foot. Breathe in and breathe out. How can you bring awareness here? Maybe there's a certain part of your foot that you need to press through in order to get there more evenly. Maybe you can like wrap the inner thighs back towards the hamstrings more to help facilitate the opening of the outer edges of the hips. And you'll feel like the bottom of the sacrum really open up, right? Maybe you need to reactivate that place in the core between the hip bones to help like puff up that lower spine so then you can fold around yourself and get a little deeper. So sometimes we think we need to like go further out in order to get around, but sometimes we need to pull back in and then move around something. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and uncross the ankles, come on up. All right, bring the blocks to the highest height. Just go ahead and lean right forward. We're not even gonna play it around. Place your palms to the blocks or your fingertips. You're gonna lift your left leg up and back like a warrior three. And what we're gonna do is just for this first round, warrior three, and then we're gonna wrap the left hip open and stack it like a half moon. But keep your left hand down for now. And then you're gonna wrap that outer left hip down like a warrior three again. So same thing like we were doing in down dog kind of, but adding the balancing. Wrap and stack the left hip on top of the right. Feel that right shoulder rolling down. Maybe you just do one arm to support you, keeping the left hand on the left hip if you want. Wrap and stack that outer left hip down. You can micro bend in the right knee if you'd like. I'd actually suggest that. And then go ahead and stack that left hip and notice. You're all right. Go ahead and wrap that outer left hip down. And then stack it open. Good, wrap it down. Stack it open. Bring the right hand to the right block. Take the right block with you. Bring it outside the right foot. Bend in the right knee. Lower the left foot. Find a triangle pose immediately. Straighten that right leg. And then reach the left arm over the left ear. Left arm reaching towards knees. So sweep that left arm in front of your chest, actually. Let's all go with that. Left arm up to the sky for a moment. And then reach the left arm in front of the chest. Push outwards so the left arm pulls out of the socket. And then pull it back and plug it back in. And feel the chest rotate to the left. Then gaze towards the left elbow as you reach the left arm over the left ear. Wrap the pinky finger towards your face. Roll the right shoulder away from your ear. Yeah, and see if you can lift that right hand off of the block and just place your right hand on your shin without putting any weight on it. Good, reach the arms out to the side and up. Okay, turn these left toes out maybe a little bit more. Bend into your left knee and find a variation of Skandasana. So bend into the left hip. Flex the right foot, engage the right thigh. Yeah. And make sure your right heel stays on the ground. So lift higher, lift higher, lift higher. Yeah, that's cool. Feel how that's more work, right? And now roll your shoulders back. Beautiful. Roll your shoulders back so you can get your chest forward. Yeah, feel that. And engage that right thigh. Get your muscles, suck them all from your feet up and towards your butt. Okay, now bring your hands to your heart, okay? We're all just gonna gracefully, okay, move into the right leg, find a warrior two. Good, and then find a reverse warrior. And then find a triangle pose again, a reverse triangle almost. Okay, open the arms, find like a nice straight spine, arms out to a T. Now bend back into Skandasana. Okay, keep it manageable because we're gonna go right into a warrior two. To a reverse warrior. Straighten the right leg, straighten out the torso, reach the arms outward. Skandasana. Yeah, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Straighten the right leg, reverse triangle. Yeah, then we straighten the torso, give ourselves that break. Bend in the left knee. Good, now extended side angle. Bring the right hand to the right ankle or the right shin, right knee, and reach the left arm over the left ear. Beautiful. So for your extended side angle, if you need to bring the right foot a little closer to the left, go ahead. What I want you to think about though is this left hip is pulling forward towards that left side of the room and your right hip is pulling back. So there's this motion that's happening with the hips where your right hip is pulling back and your left hip is pulling forward. So it's like this. And then your chest is doing the opposite, it's rotating. So remember when we drew that diagonal line through the body, right? Your right hip is pulling forward and down, okay? And your right shoulder is pulling back and open. Yeah. Pardon me. Your right hip is pulling forward and your left shoulder is pulling forward. So they're like kind of moving with each other. Yeah, feel the rotation. Your left is pulling back and your right is pulling back. Left hip, right shoulder. Right hip, left shoulder. So we're drawing these X's through the body. We're like connecting things. Rather than like, that's my left side, that's my right side, right? Good, and then you can go ahead and come down. Bring the hands inside the left foot. Bring that right heel up. Rock forward and back. Just pumping. And then what I want everyone to practice is a Kundalini today. Okay? Which would be, you can bring that right hand outside the left foot. Pardon me, your left hand outside the right foot. Okay? And try to tuck the right shoulder onto the right knee. And you can practice lifting that right heel up and really straightening and strengthening through that left leg, okay? And then if you really want, okay, you can practice lifting the right foot and just straightening the arms here. and pulling the right knee into the right shoulder. So you're really just balancing here with straight arms and the right knee is outside the right hand. Yeah. You guys feel that? You're pressing away from the floor, trying to lift up. And then go ahead and any way you want, take your vinyasa. If you want to take your kundinyasana, you may. Okay, leaning forward. You can keep the right leg straight or bent and just lift the left leg up and back behind you. And then step back. Right into down dog or flow through vinyasa. You can keep the toes tucked if you like to keep the toes tucked, or you can point them if you like to point them. Whatever you like. So I want everyone to really think about the connection to their shoulders and their down dog here. Down dog should be a resting position, so you should be good on level 2. But if you need to rest, obviously, please rest. But just to have that mindset, right? Bending the elbows outward like you're making a diamond shape with the arms. And notice how you can let the shoulders then relax down the spine. There's no crowding in the neck. Then wrap the elbows inward without taking out the bend, and then really pull the elbows inward. Feel the triceps working, then straighten the arms just a little bit, but not all the way. The arms working a little harder. Good, and then go ahead and lift up onto the tippy toes. Bend the knees. Step or jump forward, and forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms out to the side all the way over your head. Exhale, hands to hips. Step the feet hips with distance. Forward, reach the peace fingers inside and around the big toes. Bend the knees. Pull the shoulders back, same thing we've been doing, right? So arch the spine, find that cobra spine with the grip on the toes, then release and bend the elbows outward and pull. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice activation in the core, right? So remember to actively ground that belly. Breathe in and breathe out. May I touch you? Put your shoulders away from you. Stay everything else exactly as you are, okay? Good. Yep. So feel these inner thighs wrapping towards the hamstrings. By spreading the heels outward. Spread the heels out like this. Press into my fingertips. Yeah, feel that? Just subtle. And then go ahead and take an even deeper bend in the knees. You're going to do multiple breaths for a roll up. Inhale and just roll up a couple vertebrae. Okay, just getting the tailbone to point to the floor, right? And kind of shifting the knees forward. Pause. And then go ahead and roll up a little more, moving through the lower vertebra and the middle vertebra. Pause, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, roll up a couple more. Beginning to move into the thoracic spine to keep the shoulders hunched. Breathe in and breathe out. And then continue to roll all the way up. Roll the shoulders up and back. Right to your right shoulder, left to your left shoulder. Just like a jolly Indian person. Like if you go to India, they're all like, no, how may I help you? Like that. Alright. And then go ahead and relocate your blocks if you move them. Bring them to the highest height out in front of you. And then you're going to go ahead and rest onto your hands and bring your right leg up and back, finding warrior 3. I didn't say this last time, my apologies. Make sure you have enough space between the blocks and your feet that like realistically from the heel of your left foot to the front of the block, it's like realistically the length of the top of your shoulder to the bottom of your pelvis, right? So you want to have enough space to have a straight spine. Okay, and then flex the right foot, and then go ahead and wrap and stack the right hip on top of the left, open up. And then go ahead and wrap it down. If you want to come to your fingertips, you can. Go ahead and wrap it open. And then close it off. And then if you want, you can bring your right hand to your right hip so you can really begin to open it up, wrap it open. And close it off and bend in the left knee if you need. I really love micro bending because it makes sure that I'm using my muscles. because you can like only go so far off of only alignment without strength. And so learning to bend in your practice, that's how you find the support of the muscles, the strength, which really is so synonymous with support. Support and strength are synonymous with one another. And then we'll go ahead and pause for this open Ardha Chandrasana. Rotate the ribcage to the right, even if your gaze is down. And then slowly bend in the left knee. We're gonna find a triangle pose. Grab the left block with you, pull it outside the left foot. Then begin to bend in the left knee. Lower it down, straighten both legs. Right toes are facing fairly inward, kind of like a warrior one foot on the right foot, yeah? Reach the right arm up towards the sky. And then out in front of your chest, okay? So it's reaching towards the right side of the room. And then with this here, reach the right arm forward so the right arm like pulls out of the socket, right? It's kind of like, where do I stand? So it's like pulling it out of the socket and then plug it back in and feel the chest rotate towards the right. Good, and then reach it over the right ear. Yeah, slide it in. Good, rotate the hand. So activate this left thigh. Feel this left hip pulling back and the right hip pulling forward. Yes, you feel that? Dude, I was in triangle pose for so long. Like, what the fuck is happening? Sorry, I'm just gonna curse. Press into the other right edge of your foot, right? And then feel this left hip connected to the right shoulder. Relax this. Yes, feel that? Nice straight spine, right? Keep wrapping this forward and wrap the frontal hip bones in, puff up through the lower back. Yes, so your tailbone is wrapping downwards and pointing towards your right heel. Okay, and then don't forget, just like prioritize this left femur bone, plugging into the socket. Let this right hip pull forward. Fuck the pains and bust. Sorry, I don't make her so much. Good. And then you're gonna go ahead and come on up. Find a nice straight spine. And then bend in, turn your right toes out, pardon me. Maybe just facing directly forward if you can manage it. No big deal if not though. And then bend. So Skandasana, obviously in Skandasana's full expression, it's like absolutely ridiculous and very like rare for many people to be able to do it. But you want your feet kind of like in a warrior two. So your back toes are facing directly out to the side, and your front toes are like in line with the front line of the mat. So you're like ready for like perfect transition to warrior two, ideally. But like nothing in the world is ideal, so don't let that say anything. Warrior two. It's just places we're moving towards, it's not places we have to be. There's a difference. Good, and then find your reverse warrior. Stretch through the side body, reach down through the left knee, like we did in our tree pose, right? And notice as you reach down through your knee, okay, you can pull away from the lower body with strength. Okay, straighten that left leg, open up to a T. Bend in the right knee, hands to heart, Skandasana. Warrior two. Reverse warrior, reverse triangle, straighten the left leg. Good, open up the arms, hands to heart, bend in the right knee, Skandasana. Warrior two, reverse, straighten the left leg, level up the torso, arms out to a T, hands to the heart, Skandasana. Last one, warrior two, nice strength. Press that left knee outward before you find your reverse warrior. Really solid left foot. Wrap the left hip on left butt under the left hip. Straighten the left leg. Open it up. Skandasana to extended side angle, right? So you're just gonna come right into it like you're doing your warrior two, but you can lean forward. Bring the left hand inside the left ankle, the left shin calf, left knee, and then reach the right arm up and over the right ear. And again, beautiful. I want you to think about this nice straight spine. I want you to wrap this left shoulder away from the left ear. Yeah, so like you're, you know how like when you roll up, you'll stand up and do this side? Yeah, do that in your extended side angle. Yeah, you feel that? Yeah, you can bring it outside. That's how the traditional Ashtangis do it, right? So you can bring the hand outside the leg too. Let's actually try that if you want. Different, right? And then I don't want you to think about creating this rainbow shape in the right side body. I personally prefer the straight spine. So come up a little higher. Bend deeper in this left knee now. Roll this left shoulder back. Gaze towards your right arm. Yes. Feel that? And then lengthen through the left side body and shorten through the right side body. Yeah, feel that? Yes. And then again, think about this left hip pulling back and this right hip pulling forward. Yes. Beautiful. Bring your toes inward just a tad bit. Yeah. You feel how you get more grip? And then everyone says press into the outer edge of the right foot. But what I want you to think about is pay attention to the inner ball of your right foot and the back heel of your right foot. And then feel the arch of your feet melting into the ball and the heel of your foot. Then let that melt outwards into the outer edge of the foot. So you have more surface area of the foot on the floor. Okay. Wrap the pinky finger down. Beautiful. Left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Left hip back, right hip forward. Connect the right hip to the left shoulder, left hip to the right shoulder. Good. And then go ahead and just, same thing. We've been doing that rotation, right? So just rotate it down and bring the left hand inside the left foot. Yeah, and then rock forward and back and forward and back. And you can even use the blocks here too. I didn't even think about that last time. You can place the blocks to the lowest height underneath your hands, right? You can bring that right shoulder. You can practice bringing the right shoulder underneath the left knee. Okay, and lift up onto the left tippy toe. And then press into the hands and see if you can just kind of try to get that left foot off the floor. And press that left knee into the left shoulder. But the left shoulder is also kind of like underneath the left knee, right? And so just breathe with that, okay? And just play, find a playfulness, right? And then maybe you bend in the elbows like chaturanga arms, and you can keep that left leg supported and lift the right leg up and back behind you. But whatever you need, step back to down dog eventually. Take your last vinyasa of the day if you'd like to. And then go ahead and lift up on some tippy toes, bend your knees. Step or jump forward, bring the blocks at the lowest height beside your hips. Find a Dandasana position, you're sitting on the floor. Outside, the hands on the floor. Dandasana position, hands beside the hips. Bring the balls of the feet together, let the heels be a little separate. Press down into the blocks, wrap the elbows inward, and pull the shoulder blades together. So usually you take this with the arms straight underneath, but I want you to feel what this feels like, having the bend in the elbows, the ability to really refine your relationship with the spine without having to reach the arms. And then you'll probably hate me. Pull the blocks forward more, and you're gonna need them forward more. You're gonna hate me. I'm sorry. Wrap the elbows inward. Okay, and then you're gonna press into the blocks and lift the hips. Slide the feet back just an inch or so. Yeah, and then you're gonna walk the feet outward, bend in the knees, find that same reverse tabletop you had before. Good, and then you're gonna pull the hips back, flex the feet, balance on the heels, and just pull the hips in between the wrists and balance. Good, inhale, pull it up. Exhale back. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale back. Inhale, pull it up. Just open. Exhale back. 3 more. Do anything. Inhale up. Exhale back. 2 more, inhale up. Exhale back, really pull the hips back, get the most. Yes, up and back, last one, hold. All right, ready? Go ahead, try to lift your right heel. Lower the right heel, try to lift the left heel. Lower the left heel, try to lift both. And lower. Breathe. Feel the body. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees wide. Grab the peace fingers around, big toes, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, lift the heart. Inhale. Find a nice straight spine here. So you can even like walk back and forth. And then bend in the elbows. Same thing we've been doing. Keep the shoulders pinching together as you lean forward, chest forward. Baddha Konasana, folding forward with a straight spine. And then you'll go ahead and come on back up, and then you're gonna round the spine. So same thing, but now with a rounded spine. So really bring that activity into it. So you really wanna pull up through the center of the back, so that when you round, your head reaches to your feet, not beyond your feet, right? So really think about that upward motion that we need to take, where we can like get this space so you really fall in the right way. Or settle in the right way, rather. And then go ahead, so there's like a beautiful relationship between up and down. Just not just stepping down. And lift up. Bring your knees together. Go ahead and roll all the way back. Bring the hips close to your heels. Arms out to the side. We're going to take bridge pose to knees. We're going to do 10 breaths in our back bend. Okay, then we're going to lower down. We're going to do 5 more breaths for bridge expression. So if you want to do 10 breaths in bridge, then 5 in wheel. If you want to do 10 in wheel and then stay up and do 5 more, however you want to do it, but you're going to have an opportunity to do 5 breaths in bridge expression and 10 breaths to do whatever else you want. So if you want to go into a bridge pose, bring your feet towards your hips, feet and hips with distance. Bring your heels a little outward, okay? So you feel your feet, we tend to like have our heels inward. And then go ahead and lift your hips up. You can clasp your hands underneath your hips if you'd like, okay? And what I want you to think about if you're staying in your bridge pose, or even if you're just here right now, is I want you to think about, again, pressing down to the ball of the right foot, letting right foot and left foot, the balls of the feet, letting the arches melt. And then I want you to think about pulling your feet towards your glutes, kind of like you're doing a hamstring curl, like if you've ever gone to a workout class, and they make you put your heels on those slidey things, and then you're like sliding your legs forward and back in a bridge pose. I want you to think about your feet sliding back, but those slidey things aren't there, and you just feel your hamstrings activating. Okay, so that's good work for you. Okay, so your knees are pulling away from you, but your feet are pulling towards you. And then press the back of the head into the mat. So your chin lifts away from your sternum, but your sternum is reaching towards your chin. There's like all these oppositional movements happening. And if you want to press into a wheel, go ahead. What I want you to prioritize, whichever one you're in, is opening of the chest rather than opening of the belly. So we tend to open our bellies a lot in our back bends. Our back bends are chest openers or heart openers, so not belly openers. And then go ahead and lower down. Take 3 breaths here about. Breathe in and breathe out. And then go ahead and press up into another extension of your back bend. If you're doing the same back bend that you did before, potentially try adding an element. So maybe you reach one leg up towards the sky, right? Wrap your elbows further inward. Yeah, feel your chest open. And maybe you can even like walk back and forth a little. Cool. Yeah, feel that? So really just do whatever you need to do. And then go ahead and lower down vertebra by vertebra. Stop. Remember that breathing in, breathing out, slowly lowering down thing that you did? Yeah, beautiful. You can lift up onto your tippy toes if you want to give your spine more space to roll down. And Yeah, and then just stay there in this lying down position. Try not to fidget too much right when you come down from that. And then go ahead and cross the left leg over the right thigh, find your eagle legs. Scooch the hips to the left, okay? So really scooch the hips to the left, then twist to the right. And really any variation of this that you want to take. Actually, Mike, if you want to do something along those lines, you can find this figure 4, walk your left leg super far out to the left, then bring your left knee down so your left knee seats line with your left hip, then open up. Feels good, right? Then pull that left knee away from you, same thing we were doing earlier, right? Breathe in and breathe out. Stay in touch with the breath, but remember it's a whispering breath, so notice if the breath is screaming at you, it's okay. It's perfectly normal. But like soften with it, be with it. Like a baby, right? You can't make it stop crying, but you can just like hold it. Just like that. So like how we learn to like not be so forceful with ourselves, but still hold space for ourselves to like move into the spaces we want to go into. And then go ahead and move back through center. You know, whatever you did on that side, go ahead and just switch sides. Remember to scooch your hips over to the right before you move over to the left. So that what you want ultimately is when you're in your twist, if you brought your chin in towards your chest, you'd look down and everything would be in one line with that right hip. Yes. Little difference, right? Big difference, little movement. Breathe down. And then go ahead and come back through center. Find your happy baby once again, especially if you took it before, but if you didn't take it before, that's fine. But just find your happy baby. Notice the difference. I think it's so special. Do you ever get those moments where like you've done something and like a bunch of time has gone by and you end up in a similar circumstance and then like a light bulb goes off and you're like, oh my, I've changed so much because I've been here before, but it's not the same. I handled it differently or it feels different or whatever it is. Even if you leave home for a long time and then you go back, right? So it's really beautiful to return back to things always. Right? And then go ahead and give yourself a hug. And if you want to give yourself like a kiss somewhere in your body, like all cutesy like that, you can do that. And go ahead and extend your legs. And let your arms rest by your side. I'll just take 3 breaths together as a class. So take a deep exhale and let it all air out. And then we're going to inhale with an affirmation. Thank you, body, for movement. Exhale. I release you. Inhale. Thank you, mind, for focus. I release you. Last inhale, last affirmation. Thank you, prana, life force energy. I release you. Let go of all these things and allow the lower jaw to relax away from the upper jaw. Allow the tongue to become heavy, moving away from your mouth. Allow your lips to become supple and your cheeks to become heavy, draping down the sides of your face. Allow your eyeballs to sink deep into their sockets. Your brows to unfurl. Allow yourself to sink your nose into the space behind the forehead. Again, allow your face to melt into the back of your head. And allow the rest of your body to melt into the floor simultaneously. Imagine relax into it. There's no fear. And breaths easy and space behind the eyelids, such inaccessible yet often an unfamiliar place. And treat that place with just the utmost reverence. Because things ultimately are the way you treat them, and the power of our attention, power of our thoughts are great. Back into the body, soft to move from subtle to the less subtle. Without moving, actually go ahead and moving your eyes first. Gaze up to the side, look out. Breathing in and just gazing up and being where you are. And begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And roll out the wrists, ankles. Bending the knees, and as if you're making a snow angel, be mindful of blocks reach the other side of your head. lessons and these ways of moving, get those into our day, into our lives. Thank you so much for being here for yourself and honestly. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, we'll go out here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for the most part. It was a pleasure to meet you all and to practice with you all.